Should I make you guys roll history? I feel like I should.
Yeah, at least this time it won't be like Pat loses the roll, but forgot, and then me and Ryan did it anyway.
All right.
I forgot.
That's fine.
Did not do well. I got a 4.
I got
17.
a 7.
So I guess it's me.
Yeah, I guess so.
You got a 7.
So if we're making this a history roll, though, I got an 11 because I'm a smart boy.
We've talked about this.
I've tried that. Matt said no.
Talked about this.
So. What happened last time, because it happened so long ago, is we basically got a little bit of a scrap with Strauss. It seems like Strauss is using the children, or at least in this case Byron, to like supplant Lema's godhood and like become a god himself, and he's got like some weird powers and a lot of magic. He's kind of like, he's whipping my ass if this was a spell duel. But what he was not anticipating was me running up and casting Fly and stealing Byron. And then I was able to get away. We fought him a little bit more. We got to like a low point where it seemed like we had almost maybe got the better of him. Like he seems to be kind of running low on magic and he's not casting so many spells. And then he does something weird and he like sacrificed a will-o'-the-wisp. And now I guess the fountain of like mercurial water or whatever is starting to spill forth and actually cover the floors. And I think that's where we cut off, right?
That is eerily accurate.
That would have gone a lot better if Bait was still a horse.
Why?
Yeah, why?
I just have a feeling.
Because the horse would climb on top of the pig pile of everybody.
So you could have, as a horse, been like, "Oh, I cast Misty Step," and then I jump on Ryan's back.
Misty horse.
All right. Either way, so the water from the fountain starts to overflow and spill across the floor until the entire floor is covered with this silvery water. And as everybody, kind of looks at this water, I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw as they start to relapse into those memories that they saw before.
Since I'm a cool guy that's flying and I have Byron directly in front of my face, can I have this with like advantage?
No.
What kind of save was it? Sorry.
It's a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it.
I'm grappling him, so am I looking at this?
Everyone is affected.
Okay.
A non-natural 20. I got 16 plus 4.
I got a 12.
Okay. Bait got natural 1 plus 2, 3.
That's an oof yikers.
That's a big oofda.
You hate to see it.
Don't say that.
Playing a Minnesotan in the next campaign.
So Kalt, you succeed, and you kind of overcome the past as you.
My memory sucks, so I'm not into it.
Exactly. So you're just like, oh, fuck this shit, I'm out. And and as you rip your eyes away, the other two though, you guys have become engrossed in your memories. Locke, you recall the memories about how you had to leave your family. Bait, you recall whatever deep dark history you refused to tell us.
The origin of the Grease.
It was the memory I had was the bird flying over the rolling hills, over the wide swaths of green and blue skies.
Rolling hills, and then there's a volcanic eruption.
Oh, fuck that.
You two are both incapacitated at the moment, which means you can't take any actions, but you'll have a chance to save on your turns to see what happens.
This
Kalt.
is going to be very bad.
Kalt, it is your turn.
Why do you all of a sudden have a Russian accent?
I don't know. I'm like the wind, dude.
It's my turn. Let's look at my spells. I don't got a ton in the tank over here. So he's still. Is he standing in the water too? Is he floating? Has he moved at all or anything?
Strauss?
Yeah.
Yep, so Strauss appears to be, he's standing in the water, but he appears to be unaffected by what is happening to Bait and Locke.
Okay, I will cast... I'm just going to do Firebolt. Like, Ray of Sickness doesn't really give me that much more. So I'm going to do another Firebolt this way before I move any farther.
Okay.
Go ahead and cast that real quick.
Go ahead and shoot it.
Shoot your shot.
It's a 10 plus 17. I don't know if he's gonna pop anything.
That he's going to use his reaction and use his shield to absorb the firebolt.
All right, I will then use my movement to
I'm
get.
sorry, did you say 10 plus 17?
No, 10 plus 7. So equals,
Oh, okay.
10 plus 7 is 17.
He doesn't have a
Holy
belt like
fuck,
you.
how did he shield that?
And I'll just use my, seeing that it failed, kind of, oh no, and we're gonna zip, 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 zip down away. That's my flying noise as I
Okay.
get 30 more feet away
Dude.
from him.
No Foley work for me. I'm loving this. Keep this going.
So, Masak seems to be in this weird. Both Masak and Nilo seem to be in this weird trance that Locke and Bait are also caught up in, and so they are unable to do anything. And let's see if they're able to break free. That is a no. It's now Strauss's turn, and he is going to reach out to the other Will-O-Wisp and
So
try.
wait, quick question. I think I know the answer. I just want to be sure.
Okay.
I had him grappled. I know I'm in a trance state. Does that mean the grapple has dropped, or am I still like?
That is
like,
correct. When you're
clinging on him?
incapacitated, the grapple drops.
Am I like drooped over his arm like a hand towel?
You're just kind of standing there in a trance.
Ah, damn.
But he's going to move away from both you and Locke without an attack of opportunity. And he's going to reach out and touch this last Will-O-Wisp.
Lame.
The Will-O-Wisp fades in his hand, and it looks like some of his wounds are healing. There are no
Dumb.
more wisps around, though. And as he turns around and gives all of you like this evil laughter, you see like how in his face it almost appears younger as he's absorbing like the life essence of the children's souls.
The barrels of wet children came true.
Bait, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Guys, I think I should just quit. I got another natty 1.
You should probably switch dice.
I don't believe in that.
I
Okay.
believe in it, and you're
I know.
throwing fucking nat 1s, so you should at least try it.
Bait, the mountains are too beautiful to look away as you are flying through.
I feel drawn in by a deep sense of home and longing that I have not felt in a long time.
Locke, you may make another wisdom save as well.
Shit on my ass.
Hey, Pat, just for funsies, I rolled my die and another die. My die got a 15, and the other one got a 3. Eat a dick.
It's still not a 1.
It's not a 15.
I got a 17.
17. This time, you are able. You root yourself in the present as you look away from the silvery water.
Okay.
You're able to. That took your action, but if you have any bonus actions or reactions you'd like to take,
Is what's his face still in my sphere or no?
is
I think
who
he
in
moved
your
away,
sphere.
right?
He
Strauss.
did move away.
But how far did he move?
He moved his 30 feet away to reach at the last wisp, and he is by the fountain again.
Okay, I'm gonna use Misty Step again to teleport right next to him.
Again?
Okay,
Again?
cool.
And now I am out of second level spells.
You could have just moved, right? You could save that big boy spell.
I thought.
You're 30 feet. You have 30 feet movement.
I thought you
guess
said I
could.
can only take a bonus action.
You got your
Yeah,
movement.
Misty Step is a. Yeah, you.
Is movement a bonus action?
No.
No.
You could move as well. I'm
Oh,
sorry if I
okay.
didn't make that clear.
I was gonna say, keep that
I'll
big
just,
boy
yeah,
action.
I'll just move. I'll move.
Okay. All right. I'll let you do that.
I'm absolutely suing you over that bless now.
Yeah.
What?
Why?
No, because I didn't let him go back and
Yeah,
change
but
it.
I was still in my turn. Like, we had already moved on to the next turn, and someone was taking action.
Sorry, we're already engaged in litigation. I can't discuss this without my lawyer present.
God,
Oh my god.
turn back into a horse.
Ryan is your lawyer.
Yeah, I'm a
He's
lawyer.
present.
Yikes. Okay. Strauss kind of bends down and he starts muttering those the same words again. This time with his hands on the fountain. And you kind of feel like a humming in the air. That it's kind of like a very, very low frequency. And but nothing else seems to be happening at this moment. Kalt, it is your turn.
Greatly dislike. Yeah, I guess I'll just shoot another mage bolt, or not mage bolt, a fire bolt at him and see what happens.
Okay, go for
Mage
it.
bolt.
I'm trying to save these spells for emergencies. 22, 15 plus 7.
Okay, that hits.
All right, I will roll my d10s thusly. So that's a 9 plus a 1, so 10.
Oh,
Both
man.
ends.
Okay.
So 10 points of damage. It's fire.
All right. This time, it seems like his armor seems to do a little more. You see, like a very, very like small bit of like smoke and stuff on his armor, and he winces, but still keeps trying to keep his incantation going.
How close am I to the exit of this place?
The portal is still open, so I believe you could probably dash to it if you want. Where were you before?
I've just been like yeeting. I've been trying to just keep distance between me and him and have like Locke in between us. I don't know if I've had. I guess I probably should have had a game plan for exit, but I haven't had that.
Yeah,
so
that's
far.
fair. I would say that the way that you guys have kind of been fighting and going around the fountain, you have your back to the portal, and he is on the opposite side of the fountain. And then everybody else is kind of in between, scattered about.
Okay, so he's kind of in front of the portal then.
No, he's not.
Oh, he's not. I will. If portal is away from him, I will head towards portal.
Okay.
Like seeing my target now.
You're going to go towards the portal?
Yeah, I'm just saying like I'm zigzagging trying to avoid him, but now that I see the portal is open and he's not near it, I'm gonna start jet setting towards the portal.
Okay, go for it. So now you're in front of the portal. It appears to be like this, just like a giant blue opaque circle. That you can't see what's on the other side, but you can hear a little bit of commotion from the other side, wherever it connects to.
Sounds of battle, perhaps?
Possibly. Let's see. Masak and the other guy are gonna attempt to break free, and they are rolling like trash. All right. So Strauss is going to keep going, and with his the incantation that he is saying. Oh man! And this time the frequency of the noise it increases in volume and intensity. So you guys start to see like these weird golden bubbles appear around you. And as you listen, you can hear sounds that sound vaguely familiar. And as you peer into them, you see yourselves and the other things that happened on the island during the past 3 days that you guys looped through.
Do not like.
Bait, I need you to roll a d6 for me.
It was a 4.
2, 3, 4. Okay. So a bubble appears directly to your left, and I need you to make that wisdom saving throw first, though.
Mm-hmm. That is going to be an 18.
You succeed. So you break free, and as you turn and look into this bubble, the portal has appeared behind Whobutt, the baker, and it looks as though you could reach out and grab bread from his baskets.
This is in the bubble that I'm seeing. This baker's
in the bubble.
bread?
You could reach into the bubble and try to grab some of the bread from the baker.
So it's my turn. Can I do this as like a free action? Just like reach my hand out and see if there's a...
It will take your action to try to interact with that bubble.
Then I don't want to do that.
Okay. No. And you hear like little sounds of like bread? Bread.
I knew it. 3-dimensional chess this entire fucking time.
As you look through, you see yourselves bartering and giving gold pieces and taking his bread and then walking away. Locke, another golden bubble appears next to you. Roll a d6.
Wait, have I taken my turn yet? Or
I'm
are you
so
just,
sorry. I just kind of steamrolled ahead.
Yeah. Okay, so I see the bubble in front of me, but Strauss, he's still by the fountain.
Yes.
Doing his stuff, right?
That is correct.
All right, so I snapped out of the thing.
Colin.
So do I have all my ability? Because I think with Locke, didn't he only have his bonus action when he snapped out of it?
He has his bonus action and movement.
So Matt, I want to get over to Strauss as stealthily as possible. I can cast Misty Step. I can use my movement. What is the best way that you would want me to resolve trying to sneak over there?
You're in the middle of combat, and there isn't really a place unless you can make yourself like to break vision, which there really isn't.
I thought I was like behind him because he left our spot to go over to the fountain, so he would be facing. Unless he like turned around to face us when he reached the fountain, because me and Locke were over him when he walked over there.
So he's like kind of kneeled at the fountain and to the side, so he can still like see you guys out of the corner.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so I cannot take an action. That's cool. That's my favorite, actually. So do I realize that Kalt has gone through the portal?
I haven't gone through yet.
He hasn't gone through the portal.
Okay, gotcha. Getcha. Okay, I am going to use Misty Step, and I'm going to appear myself right behind him. He may know I am there, but I am in his sphere.
Is that it?
Pretty much. I mean, I got my movement. I could just like do a pirouette or something for flavor. I don't know.
All right. So you do like this pirouette. Just for shits and gigs, make a dex check for me.
2.
It's not that graceful.
I'm just all like sort of off balance. I look like a 2-year-old like trying to like run for the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, it lacks a certain joie de vivre.
Locke, I need you to roll a d6 for me.
I got a 3.
You got a 3. As you, another golden bubble appears next to you, except this time you're in this dark tunnel. And it takes you a second to realize that there is a giant gelatinous cube oozing towards you, trying to move into your space. Make a dex save for me.
I got a 16.
A 16. So you definitely jump away from the gelatinous cube as he oozes his way through the portal into the battlefield. You have not been engulfed, though.
Question.
Yes.
Did the giant gelatinous cube just come out of a bubble?
That is exactly what happened.
Oh, he's in here now. Oh.
I hate this. Oh my god. I mean, thank you for making me not have to go get new sound effects, but also go fuck yourself.
Okay.
So do I get a turn now?
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'm going to attack the gelatinous cube.
Okay, go for it.
Twice.
Bait is standing behind Strauss looking at Locke in the cube, just like gesturing frantically like
The cube is like, my old nemesis, if it could speak. And if it had enough intelligence, because it's like a...
Okay, I got a 22 and a 26.
Okay, both of those, they smack the ever-living shit out of this cube. Go ahead and roll your damage.
I got an 11 and a 9, so 20 total.
20 total damage, very nice. So just as before, it seems as though history is repeating itself. The little flecks of the ooze, kind of go flying as you slash into him fiercely. Kalt, I need you to roll a d6 now.
With great pleasure. A 6.
Oh my god. Okay.
Another cube?
This time, the golden portal opens up next to you. And who do you see but the Commander Fenwick fighting Jerry?
Jerry!
And Jerry turns to look at you, and it's almost like he says "Daddy," but it's more of like a
Jerry, my boy, come to me.
Jerry dashes through the portal. You now have Jerry standing next to you.
Holy
I start like, Jerry, do you see that man over there with the crooked nose? Bring me his nose.
That's your bonus action because you're commanding him, right?
Yeah. I believe so, yes.
Jerry's gonna walk over and do the dad trick where he steals your nose and it's just his thumb.
Bring me his nose, Jerry. I wish to add it to a... Well, I don't know about adding. I'm going to start a collection. Yours is next. But we'll get to that. It'll fall off anyway. Go.
Go ahead and take your action.
I'm sending Jerry out that way. Does Jerry get to him?
Jerry...
Would he work on my turn?
Let's have Jerry go after you.
Okay.
But you still have to do your bonus action to command him at least once, right?
Yes, I believe so. On each of my turns, you can use a bonus action to command, and he'll do his thing.
Okay.
And then as an action, I will, spurred on by this amazing moment, I'm going to turn around and shoot a firebolt at Strauss.
Okay, go for it.
Oh, it's probably not going to hit. It's 5 + 7, so...
that just goes
12.
wide. Just past his face. And you see that he seems to be...
a little too excited.
And Bait's face.
He's, trying to finish his whatever ritual he's doing. He gets up to like a feverish pace trying to finish.
Just got too excited.
Oh, gross.
All right, here we go.
All right, so I'm gonna have sweet Jerry run over to him and try and beat the shit out of him as best he can. It's a long shot. He only has +3 to hit.
Go for it.
So we roll that attack. Poor Jerry. He only got an 11, an 8 + 3.
Oh, unfortunate. Jerry, coming to terms with his new present.
Wait, but is he flanking with Locke?
I don't do flanking.
Oh, you don't do flanking.
I've never done flanking.
All right, then yeah.
I mean, Bait is standing right next to the guy. Does that do anything?
No, it doesn't. Not unless you were to take the help action.
That's true.
On your turn.
Yeah. So it misses, but he's right next to him, I guess, at this point.
Okay, so the Strauss is now completely surrounded. He's surrounded by both Bait and Jerry.
I nod at Jerry dramatically, acknowledging our former bonds in battle.
As a last-ditch effort, he's going to suddenly stop whatever incantation he's doing, and he is going to cast Spirit Guardians around him.
That bastard.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, and then my movement. Do I go through the portal? I go through the portal with my movement.
Wait. Why didn't you tell me that before,
Sorry.
man?
I forgot. I just forgot. Yeah, but I moved through the portal with my movement.
Okay, we'll get there when we get there. I need both Bait and Jerry to make wisdom saving throws.
He's so bad at
as
it.
It seems as though Strauss has summoned like these even more wisps that are just circling around him. And
I got an 18.
18? Okay, you succeed.
Jerry got a 3, 5 - 2.
Oh,
I swear to God, if you
no.
take Jerry away from me again.
That is 6 points of radiant damage.
All right, that's fine.
And Bait, you take half of that.
Okay, good. He's alive. He's a good boy.
Ryan is sweating so hard right now.
There.
I've never actually been worried in this game up until now.
Bait, you're up.
Okay, so just for posterity, could you describe the defeat of the gelatinous cube a few seconds ago in as much detail as you find appropriate?
It is not defeated.
Yeah.
So, no.
Okay. Gotcha. So Strauss is now like standing and sort of facing me, right? Like he's not just like kneeling doing his thing anymore.
He is standing. He has gone back to doing his incantation.
Okay.
But the spirits around him are still swirling around him with like an angry wail.
Okay, so wow, I don't really have a lot I can do to him. I think what Bait's gonna do is he's going to look around the room and look at Locke over by the cube, look at the entranced bandits, and look at Jerry, and he's going to scream, "Locke!" to get his attention. Use the disengage action and run into the portal.
Okay. You run into the portal, and it is now only Jerry, who is who is standing there.
I want to make note that when I looked at Jerry and made the decision to leave, a single tear rolled down my face.
Okay. So you follow Kalt into the the portal. Locke, what do you do?
Guess I'll try to run through the portal too.
Well, is that what you want to do?
How far away am I? Well, I don't want to be here alone.
You have Jerry.
That's a good point.
Plus, like, Masak and Nilo are still there, even though they're out of commission.
Sorry, Masak. I will try to find your other sock. Anyway, how far away from the portal am I?
It's 30 feet either to the portal or to Strauss.
Is Jerry in my path?
Jerry is by Strauss, so he is not blocking your way to the portal.
God damn it. I wanted to pick up Jerry and run through the portal.
You're a good soul, Pat.
I guess I'll just run through the portal and leave Jerry behind and also shed a single tear.
Wow. Okay. All three of you go through the portal, and it feels like, again, like the waterfall is washing above you. And you hear Strauss behind you start laughing, but eventually his laughter fades away. You all reappear back in the room with the cabinet. Outside, you hear what sounds like an angry mob from the window, and you can hear the movement of guards inside the castle, which is a welcome change or unwelcome.
Okay, so Bait is immediately going to step over to the window and look out. What do I see?
You see through the window what appears to be the town of Arianor behind a barricade. And you see that they seem to be rioting and yelling, and on opposite them, is the what appears to be a large fleet of mage lords. And they appear to be standing their ground, and they have shields in front of them like a phalanx. But tensions seem to be incredibly high.
So
right
this
now.
is not like we went back to the previous loop and this is the bandit attack. This is something else entirely.
This is still like, it's still technically like a new day, or the same day you guys were at before.
Okay. So we're seeing that happen. I whip my head around. Do I see the portal still behind us, or is it gone?
It is still going behind you.
I'm going to walk over to the cabinet, or I'm going to fly over to the cabinet. I'm going to put Byron inside of it, and I'm going to, I guess, does the cabinet lock, or does it have a lock on it?
It has a little latch in the front.
I latch it, and I'm going to, wedge it with whatever I have.
We should return and end Strauss.
Agreed. Locke, one quick question. In case Strauss comes through here looking for Byron, do you think you could maybe get that cabinet out of here very quickly before we step back in?
I think I can do that for you.
Wait, Byron's inside the cabinet, so let's not throw the cabinet, all right?
I'm not going to throw
I
the
didn't
cabinet.
say that. I didn't
As
say
you
that.
guys are arguing, you see Strauss. You see a hand come through the portal.
I smack it.
And it's Strauss as he's crawling through the portal, and he appears to be worse for wear. And he looks at all of you, and he says, "Why couldn't you just let me take my revenge against the Mage Lords?"
Because I want my revenge against the Mage Lords. They're not compatible.
Do you see what I've done? I had the power to make people happy. Anybody could go back and fix any sort of problem that they had, and they were just blissfully unaware. Why would you take away that second chance from them?
I'm an atheist.
Because what you did to Byron. I am all for personal aggrandizing, but not for that of a small boy, you piece of filth.
And I will, if I can, I'm going to fuck his day up if we're in that zone.
Define fuck day up.
I would like to shoot him in the face with a firebolt, please.
You may do so. Roll to attack with advantage.
How's a 17 do me?
A 17 do you real well. As the firebolt goes through Strauss's head. And Strauss, he grasps at the air, and you see as he dies in front of you, you see his face start to wither and turn old and older, kind of like in Indiana Jones when they open up the ark, until all of a sudden he's just like this decrepit skeleton.
Colin doesn't get that reference.
I have seen that movie, actually.
Oh, wow.
I was going to liken it more to Season 6, Episode 25 of The Next Generation, where Captain Picard sticks his hand in the
Shut the fuck up.
And he drops to the ground.
Wait. So Matt, I'm going to, like, step on his skull, put my head through the portal. Come, Jerry, come. Does Jerry come? Is Jerry alive?
Oh, Jerry comes.
Oh, Jerry comes, all right. Jerry slowly comes lumbering through, missing an arm.
Oh, Jerry.
I love the idea that we all pieced the fuck out and Jerry wrecked his shit.
I'm going to take a bone arm from Strauss and just, like, hand it to
Jerry.
Jerry, fix yourself, Jerry. Come, Jerry. Come.
As you guys are, you're working to, beautify Jerry, you start to hear this pounding from inside the cabinet. And you hear, hello? Anybody out there? Hello?
Well, guys, our job is done. Let's leave.
That voice sounds traumatized and like it's in emotional distress.
I'm so distressed. Help me. Anyone out there?
It's genetic.
I'm going to open the cabinet to stop this voice.
As you open the cabinet with halberd in hand, intent on squashing whatever is the source of this noise.
Squash it.
You open the cabinet and you see what appears
When
to
did
be...
I say I was going to squash it?
I'm doing it for flavor. You see a small boy.
Boy, are you Byron, perhaps?
Yeah. The mage lord, he grabbed me when I was on my way home, and he kind of swoons for a second and then says, I'm gonna take a nap now, if that's okay. Do you know where my parents are?
Oh, yes, we do know where your parents are, my small child.
We know where one of them
Well, no, we saved him, remember? We saved him this time.
You did
See?
save him.
You're welcome. Is Musak and all them coming out, or are they still... When I put my head through the portal...
Bait looks out the window and says, guys, this is kind of a rough time to pop out of here as the noise gets louder in the town and the escalation happens.
No, we can just go back through the portal and go out that way.
You guys, just out of curiosity, you poke your head through, and you see Masak and Nilo kind of clutching their heads. The water from the fountain appears to have subsided and been absorbed into the ground, and the fountain is no longer flowing water.
Musak! Nello! Milo!
Oh.
Come!
Where's that Strauss? Where's that fucker?
We... and I'm going to put on my shades, and I'm going to be like, we got him.
That is good to hear. Come, Nilo. And the two of them come through the portal, and the portal closes. It kind of shrinks into midair behind them as they come through into the little closet space.
I'm going to point them to, like, the window, like, do you know what's going on over here? This is new to us.
Do you have some sort of rallying call where you can get your bandits to come help the town?
This is no work of the bandits. I don't know what's going on because I'm here. I didn't carry out the attack. I have no idea what's going on out there.
Do the people of this village still take credence in the words you say? Do you have sway over them? Because I feel like we should get in the middle of this before it boils over.
Or we just help them kill the mage lords.
We're already out of spell slots.
I
a lot
cock
of the
my
way,
thumbs and little flames come out of them.
I can just do damage without spells because I'm not a little bitch.
Got him.
Bait sheds another non-Jerry tear.
Masak thinks for a moment, and he says, I don't know if I would have any sway over the people. I guess they still believe us to be bandits, thanks to the mage lords. But I don't know. It sounds like we should at the very least, go check it out.
Bait is looking out the window and he spies the church bell. Since all of this has had to do with supplanting Lema, I think Bait is just gonna bolt out of the room and start like making out of the keep and toward the church as fast as possible.
You're just gonna run straight out of the room?
Okay, now I know. I'm thinking now you got me doubting myself.
Don't metagame. Don't ignore the dice rolls.
I know. Well, hey, no dice have been rolled yet. Yes, I run out of the room. I try to open the door and run out.
Okay, as you run out, you run into 2 Mage Lord guards that were standing there before, and they look at you and say, "Hey, how the hell did you get in there?" And they look in and say, "What the hell? Is that Masak?"
No, it's the other one.
The 2 of them draw their swords and they say, "Stand down now. We have enough going on. We don't feel like dealing with you bandits right now."
Well, maybe explain to us what exactly is going on, and maybe we'll be more obliged to help you.
Just to be clear, did the guards stop me, or did I just blow past them? Because
you kind of bounced past them. You didn't. Run
Okay,
past
cool. I'm out then. That's all I wanted to make sure.
So you were very much still there. So they say, "The whole town's in riot. They're calling for the Mage Lord to leave the island. They've never done anything like this before."
Oh no, that's terrible, and I'm going to shoot one of them in the face with a firebolt as I scream, "Taxation is theft! Taxation is theft!"
Okay, roll to attack. I guess roll fucking initiative again, guys.
17 to hit.
Before this happens, can I put Byron on my back?
Byron is kind of just cowering. He's still sitting inside the cabinet, so you can if you'd like to do so.
A nat 20.
Yeah, I'm gonna just like let him piggyback and tell him to hold on tight.
Okay.
Nat 20 for that for initiative, and I do 9 points of damage to one of their faces. I'll say the one on the left.
Nice. Okay.
I got a 22.
God damn, boys. Bait.
I got a 17.
Man, what I would do for some more spell slots right now. I could have so many zombies.
So many fireballs.
Oh, so I got a nat 20, but it comes out to a 21, so I'm probably behind Locke.
You're still behind Locke.
Why?
So Locke, you go ahead and you can act first. And remember, you have Byron on your back.
Right. So does his attack happen first, like as a
no
surprise
it does
thing?
not.
Okay.
Since you rolled higher initiative, you get a little bit of a jump before the firebolt exits his finger.
I am going to magic missile the one on the left.
The one on the left. Okay. And Kalt, which one were you shooting the firebolts at?
I was
Just out of
doing left, I
curiosity?
believe. I think I said that right.
Okay, go ahead and roll for your magic missile.
And I think it's only, is it 4
It's
bolts?
just the 3 missiles for a level 1 spell.
I'm a second level boy though.
Ooh, so that's 4.
It was a 5, 5, 3, 3. So 16
Hey,
damage.
it's pretty decent.
Oh, that is very, very good. The one guard, he kind of doubles down and starts coughing as like the force damage hits him square in the chest, and that's when Kalt's firebolt hits him in the head, and he drops dead. And the guard
Does
on
that
the right,
intimidate the right guard?
oh yes, it does. The guard on the right yells, and he is going to run away now, yelling, "We've been infiltrated! We need people in here now!" And he yells away and runs down the stairs.
Well, that means he
which
has
are
to
now
run by
familiar.
me. That means he has to run by me, so he invokes an attack of opportunity.
Yes, he does.
Also, does he leave? Was I within 10 feet of him?
You were not.
Damn it.
Bait, what are you gonna do?
So I can essentially unarmed strike him, but can I try to grapple him to like keep him from running away? Can I just try to grab him?
As a opportunity attack, I'll allow it. Really cool.
Cool. All right, so let's make this check. Oh, 18.
I got a 5. All right. So somehow he, you grab him by the feet, and he falls to the ground. He's prone, and he has been grappled temporarily by you.
As a free action, I'm just going to lean over and say, "Don't say a word."
I'm sure that's going to work.
Roll intimidation.
Intimidation is going to be 15.
Very, very good. The guard effectively he pees just a little bit, just a wee bit, and he falls silent at the scariness of this of this somehow menacing drow
Slimy
in front of
man.
him. We are out of initiative.
Greasy, menacing drow.
Musak, do you have a way to message your compatriots? They would be a good help in this fight. Ha
Yeah, give me a sec here. He takes his birch staff, sticks it out the window, and shoots a fireball into the air.
Oh,
That should do it.
Well, that's one way to do it.
I eye his staff with like eyes wide, and I'm like, that's an interesting staff, Musak.
It is an ancient artifact of my people. We call it the birch staff of warming.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, probably real cool, huh?
So you guys have a thoroughly scared mage lord grunt pinned down, and Masak has shot the fireball into the sky. What do you guys do?
Bait is just going to say, like, listen, I feel like we're running out of time. Take care of Byron. Take care of the troops. I need to talk to Lema. And I jump out the window, turn into a bird, and fly over to the church.
Jesus Christ.
So dramatic. Now, let's go save this island from tyranny.
Okay. So, what do you guys do with the mage lord?
I mean, do we want to end him?
So I gotta say, if bait flies away, he was the one that
Yeah,
was
that's
grappling this
Right.
guy. So what?
I think we have to kill him.
He's still prone, though, so there's that.
Right, but he can just stand up and then run away.
Yeah, but not as far.
My son, do you forego your bonds of tyranny to help a revolution? Or die? Those are really your two choices in this scenario.
Scenario.
what's in it for me if I choose to defect?
A free island.
A life?
And I point
No,
at
no,
Jerry. I literally
I've already been threatened by my life.
no. I point at Jerry and I'm like, life or life?
He already says, well, the mage lords already keep us, basically as guards through fear, intimidation. What you're doing now is no different. Why would I follow somebody or go with somebody who is just, going to preach the same thing?
I preach freedom. Well, unless you die, and then not so much freedom. But you could make a life for yourself on this island, free from fear and tyranny. The mage lords, if struck from this land, I mean, you could have a real life. No more taxes, no more tyranny.
I'll
Ron Paul for president.
I'll tell you what. You're the travelers. You guys came in here this morning. Take me with you.
Oh, no.
Kalt is, yes, of course, whatever you wish. You can come with us for sure.
I suppose we have a deal. Can I shake your hand?
Of course.
And I shake his hand.
Okay. The name is Sergio Solaranzo.
Yeah, whatever. That's
And
fine. Kalt is thinking in the back of his head, it won't matter probably later today.
Okay.
Anyway.
Colin's thinking in the back of his mind, this is another person that I have to voice very soon.
I know, I was thinking the same thing. I can't wait. So Sergio looks at you all. He says, well, I'll tell you right now. There's a whole battalion on down there. If you go out there, they will turn and they will kill you if you go out there. So tread carefully, whatever you do.
Well, you're coming with us, so lead the way.
Oh, man. So much happens in the first half of this episode. It's hard to imagine, what could happen in the second half? Is there even a second half left? Hi, I'm Colin, and I'm here to tell you that yes, there is. And in just about 3 minutes or so, we'll get you right back to it. But for now, I want to say a big thank you to everyone listening to this, the finale of A Second Chance, Matt's time-bending story, an absolute blast to play. And there actually is still a lot left. We're only halfway through the episode. You got about, 40 minutes left before the end of the story? And it's worth the 3 minutes to get there, so buckle up. And I mean, hey, 40 minutes, that's no small ride. And to get through that, you'll probably want something to snack on. That brings us to our sponsor this week, Critical Hit Cookies. They provide homemade, fresh-baked cookies delivered to your door for all your gaming treat needs. Now, it's up to you whether to, provision yourself these cookies for a weekend gaming marathon, or to bribe the GM, which I will be doing to Pat in the next adventure so that Bait can do whatever he wants. They have over 50 varieties of cookies, brownies, and blondies that cover staples like chocolate chip and oatmeal, with unique cookies and flavors inspired by favorite characters or other gaming-related notables. Gluten-free and sugar-free options are available as well, and you can check out all the flavors at criticalhitcookies.com. You can also follow them on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook to see the cookie-related hijinks that the creator, Carrie, gets into. I want to know what that means and what those hijinks are, because they sound yummy. Now, Bake Special just for us through December 10th, Critical Hit Cookies is offering Dice Populi listeners a 10% discount with the code DICEPOP. So if you go to criticalhitcookies.com and place an order by December 10th, you can use the code DICEPOP to get 10% off your cookies, brownies, blondies, or whatever. Make great gifts to loved ones or to yourself, or in my case, bribes for easily corruptible dungeon masters. Looking at you, Pat. So try Critical Hit Cookies, homemade cookies for gamers and everyone, delivered to your door. Now, before we get back into the episode proper, on top of the thank you for listening, I want to say we actually have started trying to find more ways to engage with you directly, and that now comes in the form of a Discord server. You can find a link to join right at dicepopuli.com. Where you can hop in. You can talk about geek stuff, talk about spoilers for the show, share memes. We even play games like Among Us and maybe some Jackbox games in the future. You get to interact with the cast directly and meet some new friends that love the show as much as you do. And if you've got some friends that don't love the show yet, do your duty. You can share the show around. I know it's been a pretty buck wild time for us here in the United States, to say the least. And if this show is bringing you any joy, we would absolutely appreciate you spreading it. The more folks that listen, the more we can engage and the more we can justify making this. This episode took me, so long just to put together, but it's totally worth it because Matt ran an awesome game. And actually, if you want to know more about that game, our next 5th Wednesday update, our bonus episode, should be the end of December, I believe. And in that episode, we are going to be answering questions from listeners about what it was like to run the game, play the game, everything. So through our Discord or through our Twitter and Instagram, you can go ahead, fire off some questions for us, and we will happily answer when the time is right. Now, I've taken up enough of your time in this behemoth of an episode, but in 2 weeks, I'll be back as the Dungeon Master of our next episode, a new above board with many surprises. So I'm going to step aside, and we'll see, now that Strauss is gone, what are the boys going to do next?
I am following you now, good
Well,
sir.
I think it would make sense if maybe you captured us as prisoners and you were taking us somewhere, and they wouldn't question you. They may question us.
They'll ask why I didn't take the prisoners down to the jails.
All right, whatever. Let's go. Just like,
All right.
Just seeing less and less use of Sergio being alive at this point.
All right, so you guys, I assume you, Bait, are you going to fly off now?
So I've flown out. I am on my way to the church. I'm a big old squawky crow cruising over the escalating engagement, and I fly into the church through the front door.
Okay, so you are flying through the air. So we will leave you there for a moment, as the rest of you are inside of the keep. Are you guys going to try to exit from the way that you've came before?
I'm also still flying BT dubs. So, well, I think so.
Okay.
So I probably have at least a minute or two left to flight because it takes 10 minutes, I guess.
Yes.
So,
Okay. So what do you and Locke do?
Well, I could fly a little bit. We could also leap out of this window. I have us.
Kind of doing grabbing a little feather.
Right. Locke?
I'm very concerned with how I'm going to keep Byron safe at this point. And I'm not entirely sure what to do.
Through the window that Bait leapt or flew through, is there a lot of fighting directly below, and how high up is it?
From the window, you can kind of see around the corner just a little bit, where you can see the crowd and armies gathered, standing off. If you were to go out the window, you would not immediately drop down into the middle of
so we'd be
whatever is going on.
all right. So we'd be kind of free, at least immediately.
We could drop out, and I have us. We could.
How high up is it, do you think?
We said 2 stories before.
Okay,
That's not a lot. It's like, what, 20 feet?
dang it. I was hoping higher because Sergio could.
Oh no!
What was that?
Nothing.
Are you not taking me with you?
No, Sergio, come. We're going to jump out of this window.
Oh, okay. I did this on a dare once, and he just
No,
jumps out the window.
no. Not yet. I jump out too, I guess. Come, Locke, come.
All right, guess I'm jumping.
All right, and I
too.
will cast Featherfall on us, first level spell, and I think that covers all of us. It covers up to like 5 people.
Yeah, Masak and Nilo follow as well. So that's Masak, you, Locke, Masak, Nilo, and Sergio.
And I'm holding Byron.
So
on
that's
my back.
5. So that's a first level spell. I'm running low.
Perfect.
We all float down to the ground pretty quick.
Man, I could use a short rest.
You're telling me.
And Sergio's kind of shaking his head a little bit like, oh man, that was great.
Don't you feel the freedom that the mage lords have been keeping from you for so long?
I feel so free.
As I start measuring his arm as opposed
It's
to Jerry.
All right, we are going to cut over to the bird flying towards the temple, towards with the giant bell tower. Are you going to try to fly in through a window? Are you going to perch at the top? What do you want to do?
I want to go into the temple the easiest way that I can.
Okay. There's an open window, so you kind of just fly through there. The temple seems to be there's books and bits of paper that are scattered about, like a whole mass of people had been there. But you don't see anybody.
Is there a discernible altar, effigy, something in there that...
There is.
Okay, yes.
Actually. So the whole backside of the temple is covered with like this glass pane. And as you look through the glass pane, you see what appears to be a garden of sorts. And in the garden, there is a fountain of silvery liquid, like there was in the cave, as well as a spike in the ground that appears to be a sundial of sorts.
Okay, so you said that this is through glass?
Yes, and there's a door that you can go through
yes, cool.
To go into like this little backyard area behind the temple.
I walk through.
Okay. So you go through the temple and you are looking at, you're in front of this fountain. There's like flowers everywhere. And there's, another like protrusion of rock, this time from the ground.
I'm going to, so when I look at the sundial, I'm just going to kind of eye it as I walk past, recalling our initial encounter with something like that. But I'm going to step over to the silvery fountain. I'm going to take a look in.
Okay. Make an Arcana check a religion check for me.
That's going to be 17.
Okay. You kind of kneel down as you start to examine this fountain, and everything you can hear the sounds of yelling in the distance from whatever rite is going on, but all that starts to seem to get more and more muffled, and as you look around, you are no longer in the garden. You are in this blank white space where you were just kneeling on the ground. And as you blink, and then you see what appears to be Maeve standing in front of you. And she's smiling at you. What do you do?
Lema?
Well, hello there. And as you blink, in front of you, her form changes into Lori.
It is, it is interesting to see someone with as much power as yourself.
As you blink again, Granny Turtle is in front of you.
Listen, some terrible things have been happening, not just on Arianor, but on these islands, on what these islands used to be for a long, long time. And here we have a man trying to corrupt your power, to turn back time, to give himself a second chance, and I have to ask, Can we do this? Can we save this island? Can we save everyone in the Badlands from what the Mage Lords have done?
I cannot answer that for you. For you see, heroes choose their own fate. And so it is up to you and your actions to make right what has been wronged. What Captain Strauss tried to do to me to steal my power, replace me on this pantheon, it is unthinkable. The amount of people that have been sacrificed in order to appease himself. And I am grateful to you and your adventuring party.
Without you, I feel as though this would not have been possible. But we have to leave this island, and I'm afraid that means that we will have to leave you. But I do not want to lose your favor. What may we do for you that you may continue to make this a better place?
Let me tell you a story. When the tear was put up, there was essentially one big divide among us gods. Those who sided with the Mage Lords and those who did not. The ones that sided with the Mage Lords received all of the attention and worship of those on the mainland. And the Mage Lords called them affectionately the greater gods, while us on the other side of the tear were relegated as lesser gods, not because of our lack in power, but because of our just more with disdain.
So they have not just trapped those of us who dissent from their opinions, but they hold off the gods that would not fall in line?
Sure. Well, we could go with that for now. It's a little more complicated than that. And as you know, basically as you're talking with her, her form, keeps changing between, this young Maeve to Lori, mom aged, and then Granny Tortle, like this elderly woman, is just constantly shifting as you're talking to her. And she looks at you and kind of gives like a great sigh, and as you look, and no matter in whatever form she is in, she looks incredibly tired. And she says, alas, what was done has taken its toll on me, and I'm afraid I must rest for now. But in due time, I may approach you all again if I require it. But I am eternally grateful for what you have done.
I'm going to take one more gentle step toward her. While you rest, what can we do to break down this divide?
Do what you do best. Throw an octopus. Improvise. Get creative with it. And with that, you fall through the white space, and you suddenly find yourself back in the garden, kneeling at the fountain.
I am absolutely overcome with emotion, and it takes Bait a moment to shake it off and stand up.
We are going to take that moment to go back to the keep. You guys are skulking around the outside, I believe. And as you guys peer around the corner, you see what appears to be Commander Fenwick at the front of his legion of mage lords. And on the opposite side, behind what appears to be like improvised barricades, you see what appears to be Cordell at the very front yelling at the mage lord. And you also see, you don't see Lori, but you do see a woman in white robes as well, along with like all the other people in town. Some familiar faces, some not.
Seems like everybody in town versus whatever mage lords are there, and we're behind the mage lords, correct?
Yes, you guys have like a side flank thing going.
Well, my friend Locke, it seems it is obvious what we must do.
Yeah?
You seem unsure.
I don't think it's obvious at all. Why don't you fill me in here?
Well, it seems we must make a full-throated and kamikaze-like attack on the Mage Lords.
Question, what are your passive perceptions?
Oh, mine is not super high, probably, BT dubs.
14.
Yeah, mine's 14 as well.
Cool. Okay, so yeah, you guys are skulking around. With your passive perceptions, you can hear Cordell bellowing at the Mage Lord Commander. We know that you took our children. We know that you've been taking them away.
I hold Byron up like a Tusken Raider.
Yeah. 'Tis true, these foul Mage Lords. We found this with, what's his name? God, I'm already blanking.
We found
Strauss.
Strauss. We found this small child being stolen by Strauss himself.
And everybody turns and swivels their neck like, "Arr?" over to you guys. And Cordell, and you see Lori kind of push her way to the front of the crowd, and she just yells out, "Byron!" And Byron kind of waves like, "Hi, Mom." Fenwick, his face is incredibly red, and he's like, "What? I had no idea. What is the meaning of this?" And he looks and stares at all of you. He says, "Explain yourselves. What is the meaning of this?"
What do we have to explain? We found your very Captain Strauss stealing away this child for some unknown and foul purpose. You explain yourself, Mage Lord.
Strauss? No, that's impossible. Strauss has been here long. He was captain here before I came.
Exactly.
And,
And the children have been disappearing for a long time.
Do you have any other evidence that Strauss had been taking these children?
We have witnesses, and I'm sure if you were to check his quarters, you would find evidence of his madness.
Also, his head has a hole in it.
Both of the crowds are silent right now. Lori and Cordell are kind of like, hugging each other. You see like kind of tears there in their eyes, but they're still held back by the barricades.
I mean, there is definitely a witness because there is a Mage Lord guard somewhere at the bottom of that mine shaft who is bound and gagged that we forgot to bring with us.
Very true.
Do you express that in any way to the
I think
commander?
he did when he said we have
witnesses, yeah.
Where? Bring them forth.
We must take a quick journey. If you could stop yourselves from murdering these innocent townsfolk for but a few minutes.
Very well.
I'm going to go
Men,
return Byron to his
stand
parents.
down. Locke, you walk over holding Byron, and you hand him over to Cordell and Lori, and they are beyond overjoyed. They take him by the hand, and with a silent thank you, they worm their way through the crowd.
I shed a single tear.
The woman in white opens her mouth and says, "This one child is not enough. Where are the rest of the children?"
I fear that the rest of the children may be forever lost.
If that's the case, then the Mage Lords are to blame for this.
I do agree. If it is all fair to the Mage Lords, they should pay some form of penance or leave. Their foulness pollutes this beautiful island. And taxation is theft. BT dubs.
Fenwick, with his hand has been on his sword like this whole time. And he says, "I have come to appreciate Arianor as my home, and I do care about what happens here. The actions of Strauss do not reflect on the rest of us Mage Lords, and we will do what we can to try to compensate, if anything. But asking us to leave is too much of a price. We will go. He calls 2 guards over. He says, "Where exactly is this witness?"
The witness is at the bottom of a mine shaft. We had followed...
In the cave?
In the cave. We had followed Strauss to some dark chamber of which he was performing an even more sinister ritual.
At the sound, as you mentioned, like this chamber, you see the eyes of the woman in white widen as she says, "Oh, so it's true then. The hidden, the secret chamber to Lema. It was there all along."
It was, my lady, and it was befouled by Strauss's villainy.
I see. So the woman turns to face the crowd and says, "I believe that in due time all will heal, and that Lema will continue to look after us. For the time being, let us do our best to compromise with these mage lords, and we will do what we can."
I look over at Masak and I'm like, "Do you know?" I'm gonna kind of whisper, like, "Do you know how long it will take for your men to get here?"
And he kind of gives like a
And I'm gonna just kind of whisper in his ear, "I am not of the sort to make compromises."
We know. The crowd does eventually start to dissolve as people start to turn back towards their towns.
Right around now, if it's been a bit, I would say Bait probably comes out of the temple and
yes, and so as you see like the whole crowd of people coming back and mumbling, and as you're walking back up towards the keep, which I'm assuming
I'm walking back to meet up with everyone.
Okay, you kind of hear mumbling amongst the people. They say, "Well, if the sister thinks it's good, then whatever." And then you also hear like rumbles of, "Yeah, fuck the mage lords, fuck these people. Maybe the bandits have it all right out there." And you hear all of that as you come walking up to everyone else. And the woman in white turns to all of you and says, "My name is Sister Giannis. I preside over the temple in town. I apologize if we had not met sooner. But as you see, the festival got a little bit heated."
Sister, I had the opportunity to speak with your patron god, Lema. It appears as though...
Sorry, say what
Okay,
now?
crazy man.
But it's right there. Yes?
Lema has not spoken in, well, at least since the tear was put up.
Maybe not to you.
Well, well, I guess to put a cap on it then, suffice it to say, if anything's going to get done around here, it's going to be you who has to do it. We've already dipped our toes in this fight, probably longer and more deeply than we should have, but, this is not...
I feel like we did more than dip our toes.
We
into
took
this
a
one.
nice big ol' swim and gulp of this fight, and, well, better hope you're up to keep that fight a-rolling, because there's a lot of good to be done here, and it's going to be you who has to do it.
Thank you. I do hope, and she eyes the commander, that we can come to a compromise as to how we'll move forward from here.
Kalt cringes at compromise again. Just
While you guys are talking, kind of in a little huddle, a couple guards come out of the keep and they yell, "Commander, we found this in his chambers." And they walk over, and they are holding a book. And they continue, and they're like, "We've never." It seems like he's speaking another language in this thing. We have no idea what this says. And the commander takes the book, opens up, flips through it, and he's like, I have no idea what this is. Does this make sense to any of you?"
I'm going to turn to the woman in white and say, "Ma'am, do you speak this?"
She takes the book from the commander, and her eyes widen. And she says, This is celestial. I don't know how he came to know it, as it's usually just reserved by the gods. You know, it appears to be a day-to-day journal of the happenings in the town. And as she flips through and describes what's happened in the book, basically is described the events of the loop. Basically notes of like what happens if he, talks to somebody this way, how it affects the next loop. And as you guys read through it, she says, "This is incredibly damning."
It is very damning, I suppose. So, what do you have to say for yourself, Fenwick? It seems your man was the cause of all of this.
On behalf of the Crown Mage Lord, you, the people of Arianor, and Masak and his people all have my sincerest apologies for what has happened here. You have my word. I will do what I can to try to restore Arianor to what it was before Strauss's fiddling with time or whatever nonsense this is. Indeed.
Well, I believe we've overstayed our welcome, and what healing has to happen should happen without us. If we find Cordell, we can try to make sure we secure the shipment, but I think that's about enough for what we've done here.
Bait, don't you see? This did not happen despite the Mage Lord's best efforts. It happened because of their best efforts.
You don't think I know that? You don't think I know that the Mage Lords are trying to reach their tentacles into every part of these lands? But there's not much we can do here.
That we should scour them from this island.
This island is not the problem.
At the sound of that, Fenwick, grabs his sword even tighter.
Grab your sword, fool. Strike at me if you wish. You will regret it.
Bait holds up his hands to both of them to get them to calm down, and he leans in close to Kalt and he says, "Kalt, the problems of this island are the problems of this island. The problems of the Mage Lords and of the gods are for all of us. If you want to fight the real fight, then let's go and let's fight."
If I hear so much as an out-of-place taxation here, I will come back, and I will scour this place myself of Mage Lord filth.
Bait squints his eyes and holds his hand out like, "Deal?"
Now, Jerry, go grab that dead guy over there. Let's go.
Bait walks off to wherever Cordell is.
So you didn't see them.
They
leave.
walked away.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know where Cordell is.
I can assume they're back home, so we should go to their house.
Okay. What were you during all of that little conversation, Locke? What were you doing?
I was just standing there, taking in all the bullshit.
Yeah, that's what Locke do.
Okay. You guys go.
I don't get involved till people start swinging swords.
Yeah, that's fair. So you guys start to make your way back into town. And as you walk away, Masaka calls out and he says, "Hey, you there, greasy one."
You're finally awake. No, sorry.
He says,
sorry.
I
look at him.
Okay. He says, "You have my gratitude. I would be honored if you would take this as a token of friendship." And he offers you the birch staff of warming with a little orange flame sitting atop.
With as humble a look as I can muster, I take the staff gently from his hands and I say, "I share in the pain of losing things, of losing homes, but you have not lost yours. You will have it back. And with this token, I will do as much as I can for anyone else who shares in that pain. Thank you."
He nods and starts to walk away. And over his shoulder, he calls out, "This isn't over, Fenwick." And he disappears into the tree line. And you return to the rest of everybody, holding the birch staff.
Ooh.
Oh, hey, Locke, you got it. Fuck. Oh, hey, Bait.
I just imagine you grab the staff from him and he's like, "Oh, look me, I got one."
Hey, Bait, you got a stick.
Yeah, man, it's a pretty fucking cool stick, isn't it? Oh, man, fuck. I was saying so much dramatic shit for a bit. Looks like I fell out of it. Damn. All right. Where are these people? Where's Cordell?
So you guys travel through all the roads and stuff in town, through the main square where you see a whole bunch of like carts and food stands, overturned. You see that
Is there bread?
there's bread littered where the bread stand was. You see that there's bread littered everywhere.
I eat some litter bread.
There's a weird scorch mark in the ground as well that you're not really sure where that came from.
Has it touched the bread so that it becomes toast?
Yeah, if it's possible, I'm going to eat some ground bread.
Yeah,
So, have I made it to...
Is there a toasty loaf?
Yes, there's a toasty loaf.
I will pick up the toasty loaf and eat it
Okay,
too.
have I
Okay.
made it to Cordell's house yet?
You guys picking up 10 loaves of toasted bread. You guys eventually do make it to Lori and Cordell's home. And looking in the window, you see the lights are on, and you see that they're sitting at the table just talking with Byron, and they are, the happiest people in the world right now. You knock on the door, and Cordell opens, and he says, "Oh, yes, come in." And he ushers all of you in, and he says, "You have my eternal gratitude bringing Byron home. I'm so sorry about everyone else, but at least Byron is safe." Lori is silent because I don't feel like doing her voice right now. So, yes, that is what...
Listen, I understand that you were meant to deliver a shipment of goods to one Captain Bottle Brew. We are actually here... Bubble Butt, sorry. We are actually here, believe it or not, as his representatives. Once the fervor has subsided, perhaps we may escort you to that rendezvous as soon as possible.
I'll tell you what, you rest here for the night, and then come tomorrow, I'll set you guys up on your cute little boat with some of the stuff that Bottle Brew wanted.
Thank you most kindly. I also, can I step out back and see if those boots of animal footprints are still buried?
Yes. You as you step out, Cordell says, "Well, we have a couple extra beds upstairs if you guys want to go there." He says that to Kalt and Locke.
Come, Jerry, bring my things.
And Jerry walks in like, "Arr." And Cordell looks horrified, but doesn't say anything. And Lori shields Byron's eyes.
He's seen him before. It's not anything new.
Yeah, Mom, I love Jerry.
Uncle Jerry!
Jerry's a good boy.
Bait, as you go out into behind their house, you do indeed, while the dirt doesn't look disturbed, you do manage to find the boots.
Well, I'll be damned. I take them and I go back inside and I rest.
Okay. It is a long rest, and you guys, after such a long time, it does not fade to white. And instead, you guys get a hearty, sound sleep as the sound of the waves lulls you all to sleep. The mage lord, he grabbed me when I was on my way home, and
where did he touch you?
Let's not go there.
we're not going.
Edit.
I agree.
Edit. Hard fucking edit.
Whatever. That was funny. Fuck you guys.